Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Cineclub.podcast. I'm Jake.
I'm Amy.
And I'm Dion. Today we're discussing Studio Ghibli, specifically their critically acclaimed and much beloved anime films. What's everyone's favourite Ghibli film?
Great question.
We have to think, aren't we?
There's so many to pick from, though. That's the problem, because we usually ask that and there'll be like
5 or 6.
5 or 6, yeah, but there's like Ghibli like spans like 4 decades or something now, and there's loads, so I don't know.
I know, I feel like, of course, Ponyo is like my
comfort
one, I would say.
Ponyo was the sort of Cine Club one in question, so that's probably not a bad place to start, but
I don't know why I'm thinking.
You don't, well, I'll give you a bit of time to think, Dion. You've probably got a few, but why'd you pick Ponyo for Cine Club?
I just thought it was like, it's a quite an innocent film, and I just thought, oh, it's cute, and people would like a cute movie, and like cute art style, cute characters, even though some of them can be quite infuriating. I won't name any, but
I think the titular character is probably the Ponyo I love, but like, she can be a bit grating. I think that just, you could say that about quite a lot of anime stuff sometimes. I think the dub was interesting because I think you're an expert in this, Dion, but like all of the sort of like bringing the sort of A-list Hollywood celebrity actors and stuff in to dub it is always, that's become like a bit of a Ghibli thing. Not necessarily through their choice. I think that's more Disney who started doing that when they got the rights, but like, I don't know. I think that the dubs actually work quite well most of the time.
It's a good dub.
It's a good dub,
I don't think it's my favourite out of the Ghibli films.
What's your favourite Ghibli dub then?
Put in the spot. Don't really properly have one. But if I could, probably Boy and the Heron's probably my probably favourite with recent ones because it doesn't really feel like an anime dub.
Yeah.
Same with Howl Moving Castle, that doesn't feel like an anime dub.
I was just about to say, I think
thought that was good.
Christian Bale as Howl is a very, very standout
I know there's a whole
one for
like
me.
stereotype where like anime dubs sound very just like the same, but I don't think any of the Ghibli films do that. Even like Castle of Cagliostro, which I'll talk about later.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah, that one's a sort of slight exception to the rule. I'm trying to think of some other ones. I know, Castle in the Sky, I've seen that a few different ways. I've seen that subbed and dubbed. I'm sure Mark Hamill is like the bad guy in that. He's
Hamill.
really good in that, I remember.
I think William Dafoe was in NFC or something like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. You look and you don't really realize how many great like actors are in these things. But I mean, I'll probably watch them in Japanese if I can. That would be my
mostly
go-to.
in dub because I think, like I said, they usually have a good cast and usually the dubs aren't samey. But I will agree, like this. I think I've watched Kiki and stuff, and that's bloody excellent.
Yeah, Kiki, that's a good one. Yeah, Kiki, I forget about Kiki's Delivery Service. I love that film.
I know, I kind of forgot as well.
That's
that's my favorite. Like out of which isn't Castle of Cagliostro. I think that's my favorite. Like
out of the proper Ghibli output,
because like that dub is really good. There's some good like who plays Gigi in that fucking.
It's Phil Hartman.
Yeah, Phil Hartman,
isn't it? Yeah, and Phil Hartman's really good in it, and it's like really sad that like. He probably could have done more of those, but
he would have been excellent.
He would have been excellent in quite a lot of them.
Princess Mononoke and stuff.
Princess, God, there's another one. I completely forgot about that too. That one's
it's really hard because if I could rank them all, I think my top 5 are Kiki, Princess Mononoke, Howl Moving Castle, Boy and the Heron, and
Ponyo.
Ponyo mentioned.
My Name is Toro. There we go.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. To be fair,
which I
don't think I could pick just one favorite. I think I would just have to say.
I know, it's actually hard.
It's really hard. I think I would just have to say, like, there's quite a handful of them that I like, and then there's a handful of them that I also like, just not as much as the others.
The one I don't like the most is probably Tales of the Earthsea. That was terrible.
Oh yeah, I've never seen that one, but it does.
It was by his son, and it was just it was the princess one. It was not princess one, the Earwig and the Witch one.
Oh yeah, that one looked terrible.
I remember. I think.
Was that like the different animation?
That was
when they did it in 3D.
Yeah, that looked strange.
That one looked pretty terrible.
That was like pretty much a straight to TV movie, and it just got like a theatrical release in the UK and US, and that was just terrible.
Does Ocean Waves or whatever, does that count in this discussion? The one where like nothing happens. It's like the guy who like he's like paying. I don't even know if that's a Ghibli film. I think it's Takahata or one of them's involved somehow. But I did watch that and that was pretty boring.
I think I've seen
Ocean Waves is a Ghibli film.
It is a Ghibli film. Okay,
I think it was. I think it isn't published by Ghibli, but I think it's like Evangelion, where Ghibli had
the rights.
Not rights. Had like animation.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so they weren't like involved in the writing or directing, but they just animated it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if that counts, that's probably the most boring one I've seen. But I don't know. I don't think it's very rare I watch one and I don't like it. Even if I watch it and I don't understand what the hell's just happened.
Yeah,
I've still had a great time. Yeah.
I remember you were saying I might as well talk about this one because I really do love it a lot more. Think about it now. Boy and the Heron. Like, I remember.
Yeah, Boy and the Heron was an interesting one because I think that got hyped up a lot, and I went to see that twice in the cinema. Like you were just saying, I saw it subbed and dubbed because I was curious.
I only watched it once because I was in Carlisle.
Yeah,
I was on holiday. Well, I was back in Carlisle because uni was over.
Yeah,
but I was lucky enough to go and see a screening very last minute to go and see it because I was rushing to find a cinema which it was showing it.
Yeah,
and I finally watched it, and instead of me coming out like very disappointed, which I was worried, I came out loving it. I came out adoring every second.
I loved it, but I couldn't tell you why.
I was just so confused with the whole thing, but I loved it.
It's Spirited Away, but good.
Oh no, I forgot about this. You don't like Spirited Away? I love Spirited Away.
It's just like, for me, Spirited Away to me just doesn't interest me. It just follows every trope.
Really?
Every generic. What's going on?
He's laughing at me, Dad, again. Stop, you're distracting me.
It's just very predictable and like not interesting to me, where Boy and the Heron does it a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Where the world feels very much intriguing. You have like different animals, you have different creatures, you have like humans do exist there too, and it's like it's very interesting. And they do tease it's a dream, it's just real.
Yeah.
Because they both kind of they both end kind of similar. Well, if you watch a sub for Spirited Away, they both end similar, where they will not remember this in the future.
Okay, yeah.
So it is this dream.
Which, I forget about that with Spirited Away, I think, because
the dub changes it where it's like...
Oh, does it?
Yeah, the dub changes the ending where it's hinted that she'll always remember it.
I don't think I've ever seen the dub.
In the sub, it's stated that...
either, actually.
I feel like I always watch it like... And it's automatically on sub,
automatically
so I just
subbed, and you just watch it and subbed. Yeah, well, even the stage show was subbed, which is pretty. That's amazing. That's really bizarre.
I forgot about that.
The show was so good.
I'm jealous of you. I got to see My Neighbor Totoro, but I never got to see Spirited Away.
Oh, I would have loved to see My Neighbor Totoro.
I got to see both of them.
I'm jealous. That would have been so good.
They are so good, and I think my appreciation for like Ghibli stuff and like those films in particular massively elevated when I saw the shows.
I think the stage show is on. Good. I think the stage show is somewhere like proper has been filmed and is on streaming services.
I'm sure. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I saw footage of it. Because I know Japan loves to record all their things and sell them off on DVD.
Yeah.
Because I do own a copy of stuff they've done.
Okay, right.
Just stuff.
I own the Lupin Kabuki thing.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I actually do own it on digital.
They did that like Sailor Moon stage show in London. Like that is more of a thing now than it ever has been before. But
I'm really hoping to go and see Death Note.
Yes,
I
really fancy Death Note. The musical looks so good.
I would have loved if they moved to Princess Mononoke stage play here, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Because that stage play looks amazing.
At least we got the IMAX re-release of that last year. That was pretty good.
That was bloody brilliant. Like,
did
you go?
I went. I'm mixed on Princess Mononoke. No, it's another one where like
shameful.
No, like I really like it. I just don't. It doesn't grab me as much as some of the others do.
I agree, to be honest. I watched it and I was a bit distracted. I don't think I liked it as many as
It's legitimately Legend of Zelda, the movie. I know, love it.
Like I say, there's so many aspects of it that I really like, and when I think about it, like at face value, I'm like, yeah, I should love this, because it's like everything about her, like the character, the warrior princess, and like all the bits where she shows up and like fucks everything up, and it's like, whoa, look at her go. Like it's all that is amazing. And like I love the bit sort of towards the end where like the forest completely takes over, and like there's so many bits of it that I like. I don't know. It's just not.
It's such a. I wouldn't call it like happy film, but it's definitely a bleak.
I think it's a lot more bleak than the others, which maybe is why.
It does have a happy ending.
I don't know. It's got a happy ending, but I don't know if that's maybe why it's not as engaging, because like a lot of these films really thrive on their whimsy.
Have you seen Where the Wind Blows?
I haven't. Well, I haven't, but that looks really dark.
We were talking.
I love that. It was just so pretty the way like the voice acting though as well.
I haven't seen that.
So good.
That isn't the one with Daisy Ridley, is it?
I have no idea.
Because I know Daisy Ridley was in one of the dubs with Dev Patel.
Wait, are you talking about The Wind Rises?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said Where the Wind Blows. That's a different
That's
movie.
a David Bowie movie.
I was like, why are you talking about that? No, but The Wind Rises,
No, The
yes.
Wind Rises,
I love
yeah.
that film. That's a really good one
that has a bleak ending.
Oh my God.
I
That one.
loved that.
It's like totally coming back to me because I'd like completely forgotten about that one.
That's the only Ghibli film which isn't Fireflies, which has a bleak ending.
That film made me bawl my eyes out. I'm not even being funny. I was like crying almost all the way through it.
It's
It was
really
so
sad.
good. And like it's not even so much the ending. Like the ending's really bleak, but it's just when his wife is like in bed next to him and she's just like holding his hand and you just like you know what's gonna happen and he's just and the two of them have like this like just their relationship, their marriage, their love. It's like so tender and wholesome, and yet, like you say, it's like one of the most bleak ones I've seen. Werner Herzog is really good in it. It's like it's a really, really good film. I think that was one. That's another one that's probably one of my favorites.
Can I bring this up because you actually remind me of something? Ghibli music is generally the best like soundtrack.
Yes,
Yeah.
soundtracks really add a lot to all of these films.
Like,
I think.
Kiki still has. I remember being so mad because I watched Kiki in dub, and I believe in the UK, but I think it was the US version of the one on Netflix. They get rid of the Japanese song.
Oh, what?
Which is instead they change it to a pop song, and it's like one of the worst songs I've heard for a film. It's so bad.
I think two of my favorites are the Path of the Wind from My Neighbor Totoro. So like all of the bits when they start seeing like the forest, like
oh yeah, that's really cute.
and like the da, 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 like all of the music's so good, and like it's just I love that whole everything about that and the way it, like you say, it's really cute, and like the way they like. You're never really sure if any of this is really happening or if it's just like the sort of imagination of the kids. But I think the music really helps because it has such a like, you know, sort of hopeful, but like really, I don't know, very wistful, dream-like sort of quality to it. And I think
Nausicaa has that similar feel.
Nausicaa also has that. And another one that I always sing the praises of, the music from Castle in the Sky, but specifically the opening credits. You know that bit where it looks like it looks like one of those like sort of like ancient maps, and it's like everything about the way that's animated with the music, and that's like before the film's even started. It's like so powerful, and I love that.
Really good score too.
I think Howl's Moving Castle has to have like a mention that the famous song.
Even I can't lie, but Spirited Away soundtrack is beautiful. Like I would say,
Spirited Away is great music. Yeah,
they do actually. Yeah,
I do think every Ghibli soundtrack is really good. Like even like Ponyo had a good one.
Yeah, they generally have, I think they generally all have like they have a great theme, and it's you don't really realize until like a little bit later, but like. I remember like that Totoro one, for example, I knew I had that stuck in my head for ages, and I was like, what the hell film is that song from? And it was when I was I can't remember if it was when I went to see the stage show or because I did go see the film My Neighbor Totoro at the BFI as well when I was in London one time. Yeah. And I had that song stuck in my head, and I was humming it, and I was like, what the hell is that from? And then I like sat down, and it was in the film. I was like, are you kidding? It's like, that's what it's from. I was like, now I remember. But I was like, how did I have it stuck in my head before I'd even watched the film?
They have a Tyneside music loop, and it's like there's some anime music in that. I think My Neighbor Totoro played a lot.
Yeah, the Tyneside do that because I've done that a few times where I'll be like sitting in the little cafe bit and I'm like, oh, it's the music from Spirit
They had like Evangelion like and stuff like that, but like when I hear Spirited Away and stuff, like that gets me very happy.
It's like they definitely know what they're doing with these Studio Ghibli movies. Like, the soundtrack's always great.
100%.
Even the ones not by the guy who's
Joe Hisaishi.
Yeah, like Yuji Ono's work in Castle of Cagliostro is really good, and
yeah, totally.
Did he do Tales from the Earthsea? I remember like
he probably did. I think Tales from Earthsea was another one that had a ever so slightly different crew, but
that was done by Miyazaki's son.
Yes,
which I don't like him. He's just very...
Well, isn't that because I'm sure I found a reading that was quite interesting about The Boy and the Heron, where somebody sort of saw that as like the old guy at the end is like it's like sort of it's like a metaphor for Miyazaki trying to hand the studio to his son and his son basically rejecting it or something like that. Because that's kind of how that film ends.
It's so crazy.
His son's still doing stuff with Ghibli because he's doing a short film.
Yeah, but you can kind of tell that Miyazaki's not quite happy with all of that. Like, I mean,
think with all the films he's done,
otherwise he would have just retired.
All the weaker ones aren't really.
Yeah.
I would like to see who he would give the bat.
Who he would like give the sort
Isn't Takahata passed away?
Yeah, Takahata, I think he's dead, yeah.
I know wouldn't be able to because he's busy in his studio.
Christ, can you imagine Hideaki Anno in charge of studio?
Have you seen his early work?
I haven't seen much of his
I know like Miyazaki.
Are we talking like pre-Gunbuster?
Pre-Gunbuster.
Okay, so like really early work. No, I haven't really seen.
I know Miyazaki. Have you seen the footage of him mentoring Anno?
I'm aware that it happened, but I haven't seen any footage
really funny.
of it. No.
It's a really good. I really liked the documentary. It's really funny. I don't know who actually passed the bat though. Too. I don't really
give it to Junji Ito, the guy who's got, like all of the whimsy that Miyazaki wishes he had. It's like the polar opposite thing where Junji Ito's so happy and lovely, and yet he makes like the most horrifying manga you've ever read, and then Miyazaki's miserable and hates everything.
He's such a chill guy. He's so happy and pleased, and he's like making the most disturbing stuff.
I really want to see a crossover with them too. Actually,
that'd be so funny. You could put the two of them in the room together, and it would just be like,
there's parts where like Miyazaki knows how to be scary as hell. Like Boy and Heron did have some moments which actually kind of got under my skin.
They're not afraid to be dark. I think this is why like Grave of the Fireflies is such a funny one, because you get that Studio Ghibli logo at the front. There's Totoro.
It starts off.
It's like, oh my god.
Boy and Heron kind of does the opposite of that, where it begins very bleak and then kind of becomes a bit more lighthearted.
They kind of win you back.
Yeah, because it opens up with like the Japanese like bloody World War II.
Yeah,
and it shows like destruction.
Well, I think like
it's very opposite to. I think I can see why they kind of did that, because it's probably opposite of Grave of the Fireflies, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is a boy who who now is living with. Is it a stepmom or his mom?
It's it's some sort of relatives that he's not quite as close to. But yeah, I'll just never. It's that particular bit in Grave of the Fireflies when you first see like what's happened to his mom. I was like, whoa, this is a completely different kind of Ghibli film.
This is a feel-good Ghibli film, isn't it?
It's so dark. And like you say, up to that point, it kind of could get away with like, all they would have to do is like, instead of like starving to death, just find a little, hole in the forest and find all these whimsical creatures. But that never happens. It's so scary and brutal.
Even Princess Mononoke had moments where I was like,
I would say they had a few moments where it was quite.
It's quite violent.
The monster plague, like the whole big monster who takes over people, that is just dark.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, even Spirited Away is generally credited as the one that, like, is more accessible to, like, everyone. But the whole thing with the pigs, like, that's really quite disturbing when you're not expecting it. And if you show that to, like, a kid, that is quite... And to be fair, the whole situation's kind of terrifying because she's just, like, suddenly has no parents... working for four-armed Dr. Eggman in the bottom of this massive building. It's like, but like, I love the way they play, because this is another way I can link it to Castle of Cagliostro. I love the way they play with environments in these films. So Spirited Away is a great one. I'm a sucker for a film that is set in one big location and you get to know the whole place by the end of the film. So Spirited Away, it's basically all inside that giant like bathhouse effectively, but like there's all of these different levels to it. You kind of like map the whole place out and figure it out. And then, eventually she escapes. That's it. Like equilibrium because she's got out of that place, all of that kind of thing. Cagliostro does the same thing. That's kind of like the blueprint for that, where they arrive in the country, they get into the castle, and then you basically like, you see, right, well, that's where that room leads to there. He's got his gyrocopter up there. He's got the lift that goes there. And I love that.
You got the underwater bit.
Underwater, there's like an underground dungeon. There's like the fountains lead to here. And it's like, so much thought has gone into the design of
in
that.
the village too, because you have like
that's
many shops. Like legitimately, it feels like you could enter any of those shops and stuff. And like, houses. It's insane how like incredible it is. And like you even go like outside the town a bit.
Yeah.
In the beginning and even the middle part where like in the forest area.
They're very like living, breathing worlds, which I really like.
Boy and Heron too, like, and even Porco Rosso, which is a movie that I think it really sucks that film that got talked about.
I was just about to say, yeah, that's another one of my favorites actually. Porco Rosso is like, because that, I think I had a thing a few years ago. I never used to really like Studio Ghibli films because for me, I used to like watching anime because it was like cartoons but with like loads more action.
Oh yeah.
So Studio Ghibli, I was like, oh, but that's just, it's, you know.
You didn't think it was too much.
I was like, it's so slow and whimsical and nothing happens. They're just all cute animals and stuff. And
a big range, which is very good.
Exactly.
That's like,
my issue when I was a kid was they never had endings. I've
Really?
noticed Porco Rosso and a few other films never ever had a proper ending.
Yeah, well, I think it was. I never really, like you were saying, Amy, I never really understood the range of them until I got more into them. So Porco Rosso was one of the first ones I watched where I was like, oh, this is actually like, there's like, you know, dogfights and like bits with like cool planes. And I mean, you can't talk about Studio Ghibli without talking about the aircraft design. Like, I think the designs of like even the planes and airships and everything.
I want to kind of bring up something because it really just shocks me. Like, Nausea was very much the one which kind of made me love the art animation.
Which one? Sorry, Nausicaa.
Nausicaa, yeah.
Yeah,
because tying into Lupin, because there's actually a tie in here. I'm not doing it for the sake of it, but like Nausicaa actually originated from didn't originate.
She did with the first. There's a character in like one of Miyazaki's Lupin episodes that looks a hell of a lot like Nausicaa.
It's in the final episode.
Yeah,
because they also used a giant robot from Castle in the Sky.
That's true. Yeah, they
and
do.
Like it just shows how much like Miyazaki loved what he was doing. Even the dogfight episode where it's very much the dogfight from Porco Rosso.
Yeah,
like it's just insane how much craft was put into like how much Miyazaki pretty much
much he puts into it. Yeah, and I think, I mean, you'll probably be able to comment on this a bit more, Amy, because like, you know, animation and stuff. But like, I think the detail of the animation, both in the more so in like I say, the design of the machinery, like the robot, the aircraft, like all of that kind of thing. That must be like a total nightmare because there's so many of these like little working gears and bits and pieces, and you see it all in action. It's like
that'll probably take so long.
It takes
like,
so long.
I can't even imagine the pain of needing to animate all that. But it's good that they have like I forgot the words where it's like. You see a cartoon and it's like they probably automatically think, oh, it's like a little kid's like a wholesome thing, but
the respect for it as more than just like a kid's entertainment form. It's like it can be a work of art that belongs in the cinema.
Parents don't see that as that. It's like nowadays my mum and dad don't see animation as that.
Really?
Mine do.
Mine do, yeah.
My dad probably my dad only saw that with How to Train Dragon and maybe Dragon Ball.
Really? Oh well. Like, I mean, my dad loves a lot of anime. He hasn't seen much. He's not as big on Ghibli because, like I say, he likes the action stuff. My grandpa loves Studio Ghibli though. He's seen like all of them. I think he marathoned. He marathoned all of them before I'd even seen them.
My nana was like that. My nana actually, well, she wasn't a big fan of Ghibli. She did have some anime. Like she did have. Like she did show me. Like she showed me Digimon, which I know, but like she did show me like stuff like Dragon Ball as a kid, which I remember not liking. But she also showed me, I think Princess Mononoke was the one I remember she was trying to get me into.
Yeah,
there was a few anime like she did like, but I don't think my family were like a big animation fan.
I think my auntie's like obsessed with My Neighbor Totoro, so she has so much of the merch. And I'm just like, ooh, I want some.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like, because, I mean, my grandpa was the same because he was very, very keen. That's part of the reason why I've seen the stage shows, because when we were in London, he was like, oh, I've seen that film. Yeah, let's go see that. And I was
That'd be amazing.
So he loved all of that. And it's me and my brother were kind of the ones who got into anime first, and then he followed on. So now it's like the three of us, anytime we're in London, if there's anything anime related on, especially Miyazaki, Ghibli related, we'll be all over
already
it.
sold.
You should have gone to the London Film Festival. I'm disappointed you didn't do that.
I know. Well, like I mean, like I say, I do have a strong association with Ghibli and London now, because like I say, I've seen the stage shows. I saw Boy and the Heron at the BFI when it just came out. I saw Totoro, like the film, at the BFI. I think I've probably seen more at some point, but those are the main ones that come to mind.
Ghibli
but like,
films have I seen in the cinema? Boy and the Heron.
They released them quite. They released them quite a lot, which is good for this country, really.
Princess Mononoke. I think I saw Kiki in America.
I think I've only seen Boy and the Heron in the cinema.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest at home.
Yeah, I saw Mononoke when it got released in IMAX last year, and
Castle in the Sky. That's it.
Castle in the Sky. Have you seen Castle in the Sky in the cinema? Yeah. I would love to see that in the cinema.
I was thinking, there was something else. I think it was that, or it was Howl's Moving Castle, but I think it was Castle in the Sky.
Okay. I'm gonna give that one a bit of credit actually, because I feel like that one goes under the radar because it's early. It's quite early in their run.
I remember. Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's early in their run, but I think it has that it just has like a really cool vibe about it. Like I love the idea of the whole Castle in the Sky that and then they have to try and fly through all the storms to find it and everything, and then that whole finale, it's another case where it's kind of the design of a place, this location, they're running around and all of these different sort of bits of the castle, which is it's overtaken with nature and all kinds of things like that. And there's the whole bit where they're chasing them around on the railway, and there's the gang of it's the old lady and all of her sons are the criminal gang who are trying to get the crystal, and there's you
have the pirate gang
trying to summarize it, but like you say, there's pirates, there's a floating castle in the sky, there's all this adventure. It's just so like I say, so full of adventure. I just love that.
A lot in one film, but it works really well.
I think it works, and I think when you see the sort of video games that were coming around the same sort of time, you can see that fantasy aspect. I mean, a lot
Legend
of these
Zelda and stuff.
Yes, I mean, people do talk about a Studio Ghibli Legend of Zelda film, but that would be the holy grail. That would be so good.
I don't think
it would never happen. But
I don't think Miyazaki would ever do anything like that. If it I think after Castle of Cagliostro, I think he will never ever touch an
adaptation.
IP. He'll touch books and stuff, but I don't think I think. Naranga was a manga, wasn't it?
I think, well...
It was because I know there's a lot more he hasn't adapted.
Howl's Moving Castle, wasn't that a English kid's story? I'm pretty sure.
All of them are books, yeah. Most of them are novels,
a lot of them
except
are based on stuff.
Naranga, which I heard... So probably there was rumours of sequels happening.
Okay.
After Boy and Heron, because I remember there was a whole speculation where people were going, oh, this is his next film, that's going to be his final film. And it was like, no.
No.
Why do you think these films have such a global appeal?
Well... I mean, like we say, I think the fact that they've got pretty good dubs maybe helps. The fact that they're getting cinema releases around the world now definitely helps. I mean, like I say,
Oscar-winning films.
No, Oscar-winning, yeah, that's true. That was a pretty big turning point.
Boy and the Heron and Spirited Away, I think.
Yeah, I think Spirited Away did. The fact that drew a lot of attention when that was one of the first non-Hollywood animation films. Anime just in general to win.
That was the first foreign animated film. Which one?
Was it? Okay, yeah. I thought so, but yeah. I mean, I just think they're quite universal stories, really. I think other than a couple of aspects which do feel very Japanesey, I think there's I mean, obviously we don't mind that. If you've seen a bit of anime, you probably would be you wouldn't even notice it. But like the thing with Ponyo, I remember. When we watched that film, it was great, but I do remember a few people who weren't as into anime saying, oh, well, she was a bit annoying. She had a squeaky voice. And I was I didn't even really, that's just, you just get used to that when you watch a lot of anime.
With the dub and stuff as well.
I was just more confused about Liam Neeson looking like a David Tennant character.
Yeah. But, so stuff like that. But like I say, I think just the fact that they're so colourful and they're they don't really look like anime also, if you know what I mean.
Princess Kaguya is a good example of that, where it doesn't look like anime, it looks more like stop motion.
That could be made anywhere in the world.
Proper thing. Yeah.
And because there's that kind of cliche of the anime eyes, if you know what I mean.
They're always used to the same style with anime, but that they say a different art style and they're not even sure if it's anime and they just don't really want to watch it.
There's also a very feminist theme with all of them too.
Yeah.
Kaguya, Spirits Away, even Ponyo has that too.
Ponyo, I mean Nausicaa as one of the really was early examples, and I think
Boy and Heron had a female side character who was very much an old lady who turned young.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of really great, like you say, sort of heroines and great that, characters. The main character is the sort of heroine, Nausicaa is the main one. Kiki, yeah, exactly. There's a lot.
She saves the boy at the end, who he becomes a damsel in distress instead of her.
Yeah.
which shocked me.
They do. I think I don't know. I think and because they've aged well as well. Like even the ones that have been out for like 40 years, the animation looks like just as on par.
I was trying to think. Has there any of them which have aged badly? I don't think any of them except Earwig and the Witch has aged badly.
I think maybe the what's that? Is it Whisper of the Heart? Maybe because of the way they use that.
Wasn't that a short film?
No. Whisper of the Heart was a full film.
Was it a full film?
Which is another one that never really gets talked about, but I really like that one. Where it's the one where the guy he's making violins and she's singing the Country Roads Take Me Home all the time.
I'm getting mixed up. I thought that's the one with Daisy Ridley. I think that one. Oh no, no, that isn't it.
I can't remember.
Was it? Did it have a cat in?
Yes. It's the cat from The Cat Returns first appears as a statue in Whisper of the Heart, and then they like made a whole film with that cat where the cat's voiced by Carrie Elliott, which is awesome. But I think that one's a really nice one, and I think this is what I mean, where like some of the range, as you were saying, Amy, it's like that one is literally just a story about people finishing school and they're about to like move out and go start their future, and it's like quite grounded but still really fun. And you don't really, not all of them need that sort of like fantastical aspect with all the creatures. I think they'll want to do more of those because that's what sells toys and figures and gets the attention, because you would be like, oh, look at this big cuddly thing, I love it so much, I want to buy a plush, which is what Totoro was like. I mean, always like that. I was like, yeah, I'm like that as well. I still see that, and I'm like, it's adorable. I love it. But like I say, those are quite universal designs, like that. The look of Totoro. That's just a big, cute.
Yeah, it's
thing.
such a simple design.
It's
that
such a simple but effective design. I know, and I think it wins. That would win any audience over. I think So
I think with the dark themes toward like in the films as well, like on serious ones. I think like Grave of the Fireflies, they have like such a serious film like of actual events that probably
Grave of the Fireflies is very much like the one which I never watched until very much Cynical, I think.
I hadn't seen it until Cynical.
Because I remember
it's dark, very dark.
I remember like hearing it was like super bleak, and it turned me off. Like I was like, I don't really want to watch that for Ghibli. But
no,
there's moments where it does show some whimsical in it, but like it's such a weird one where it's whimsy in a very much grounded way, like you stated earlier, where it's like it's something where you would see people try and cope in like such a dark play. It's a miserable fucking film.
I think you can probably make quite a good comparison to Pixar here, and this is kind of like one of the reasons why I do think they work well overseas, partially is because like Pixar, where all of the kids will see that, they're marketed as kids films because they're colorful, and you'll be like, oh, I love all of these, like, the toys or the cars or the monsters or whatever. But then the parents will be like, oh, I see, like, the darker themes, the more adult meaning of it, and the sort of emotional backbone.
That's why my dad really likes Toy Story and stuff. Where it's about growing up and stuff, and that's why he's not a big animated fan. Yeah, he never will be. But he does like when films very much trick the audience thinking it's like a kids film. But like,
well, I think you could sort of partially apply that to a lot of these, where it's like when you're as a kid, you could watch it and be like enamored with like, oh, the cute talking fish and the big cuddly cat thing. And like all that kind of thing, but then they age well, because as you grow up, you start seeing like how it's how you can see it from the slightly
Princess Mononoke, very much an example of like that.
Yeah, the environmental message of that, or the sort of family message of Totoro.
Spiritual way of growing up too. Where it's
that's like, another one. Yeah,
I love Ghibli. It just sucks. Like it takes ages for another film to come out, but like every time that they do come out, they're always memorable.
I think it's good when a new one comes out, but the fact that there's so many in the first place is quite good, because I still don't think I've seen all of them.
More than Pixar, I think now.
Probably, yeah. And I'm a big fan. I'm a self-professed massive fan of Ghibli and anime.
You have like also like Ghibli films which are like inspired, like even like Hosada's films are very inspired by them.
The what? Sorry,
Hosada films are like very like Belle and stuff are very much have like female characters, which very much have affected. Even there was a film called Witch and something, which was done by people who were made
is it Ghibli. Mary and the Witch's Flower?
Yeah, which is very much a Ghibli film.
I thought that was a Ghibli film until very recently, and
I think it's a British-Japanese film.
It's but that's another one where they got, I think, like Jim Broadbent's doing the dub, and there's like quite a few,
That was an amazing dub too.
I know. I probably got it recorded somewhere or downloaded somewhere. I'll get around to
I remember enjoying it, but
it
doesn't the candles to any Ghibli films, but still, it's still inspired by them.
Yeah. Also, this is a very personal anecdote, but you guys might relate.
Mm-hmm.
Did you also get really into them in the pandemic because they all got stuck on Netflix?
Yeah.
When we went into lockdown. Yeah.
I was obsessed.
That was it.
I think so good.
That did such a good favor for them because like did you probably no. Were you into them?
I was into them right when Castle of Cagliostro was added on Netflix.
Okay.
That's how I found them out.
Yeah. I watched that one on Netflix before I knew anything about Lupin the Third, anything like that.
Yeah.
And then like I was saying, we went into lockdown pretty much like a week later. It was like the entire catalog got dropped on Netflix. I just remember
they've ever done.
the so best thing they've ever done, because it was
that's in Seinfeld and Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like I just remember like almost all my friends and like everyone I knew just got really into them because we were all stuck in, we were bored, and here was this massive catalog of really like upbeat, feel-good films that could just like distract you. So that's another thing I associate them with. I think 2020 was
it'll probably be a good memory of 2020 for
exactly, yeah. One of the only good memories of 2020 where I think a lot of people, it became like a big thing. And then since then, I think that's when they've started getting more widespread cinema releases, the stage shows, all of that kind of thing. I mean, it's unthinkable to say like 10, 15 years ago, in like the middle of London, there will be a really high budget stage adaptation of a Japanese anime film where every actor speaks Japanese and it's subtitled like on the screen.
No one will care. That's
it's insane, we've come so far. I think
it's just mad because like you say, it's Sailor Moon and like stuff like that. It's just I just hope they bring more over.
Yeah,
Even
me
Ghibli,
too.
like they made a Princess Mononoke one, which I mentioned earlier, and by what I've seen of that looks amazing.
I think we're heading in the right direction, but I just think it's a really, really good time to be an anime fan, like the world over, but specifically like
not being bullied, being an anime fan. Now, it's great.
It's cool now. I think that's all the spirits and magical creatures we got time for today. Make sure to check out our Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook pages for more Cine Club podcast content and updates.
As always, this episode was recorded and produced by us, the Sunderland University students, as well as being engineered and edited by Emily Main. A special thanks goes out to Steve Cannon, Barbara Sadler, and Richard Berry. A reminder that our 3 neighbours this week have consisted of me, Dion,
me, Jake,
and me, Amy. This has been a Cine Club production for Spark. Thanks for listening.